So how many of you remember going toy shopping as a kid, huh?
Definitely.
Fun.
Absolutely.
Well, typically toy sections at stores have been very clearly sorted by gender, with boys getting aisles full of trucks, cars, action figures. Meantime, girls' sections are covered in pink with dolls and stuffed animals. Well, a new law in California is requiring large stores to have gender-neutral toy sections. And if stores refuse, they could face $500 fines. DBL Nation, want to hear from you. Should stores, and again, these are the big box stores. They're not going after these little mom and pop shops, but should stores be required to have gender-neutral toy sections? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Tori's got some factoids.
Some little factoids. Yeah, it's 500 or more employees. So we're looking at the Targets, the Walmarts, the big box stores, like you said. If they fail, they will be liable for a civil penalty not to exceed $250, then $500. And the bill's author said we need to stop stigmatizing what's acceptable for certain genders and just let kids be kids. And I'm just here to say on record, I say let parents be parents. To me, this is extreme overreach. This is almost eye-rollingly annoying, and it dilutes the message when we are trying to find help for these kids who are gender neutral. Y'all might think it's easier. I don't have kids. It might be easier to find, but to start fining box stores for not having gender neutral sections seems ridiculous in terms of what time and money could be spent.
I think it's more like let stores be stores. I mean, you remember that show Bar Rescue? And they would talk about how they put the high-priced liquor here. The menu is laid out so you look at the main item where they've studied like where your eyes fall on the menu. Do you think grocery stores haven't done that? Do you think they haven't arranged themselves so you have to go the certain length of so you look at everything? Oh yeah, I need to get some aluminum foil. These stores have thought about things to make it easy for the consumer, but also to increase their profits and maximize that. So I think if there is people are looking for gender-neutral choice, they would make that easy. So either
but don't fine them for it if they don't.
Right, I'm saying so. You don't need.
Right.
I just don't think it needs to exist.
But you think it's government overreach, but whenever these stores decided to be very gender specific, the government didn't get involved because this was a store's own ploy because of what society has instilled in all of us. So I don't even want to make it about being woke. I just like to always put myself in someone else's shoes. If there's like and there's a lot of kids out there that are queer or they're young or they're confused about their identity and they're not going to feel comfortable. A young girl, because of the stigma, might feel more comfortable going into a section finding a superhero. That's more societally acceptable. But then a young boy who's in the aisle with all the dolls and Barbies, who knows if he's even going to go reach for that Barbie because he's aware of the societal stigma. So I'm all for it.
But should the government be involved in that conversation? Should the parents be able to talk to their kids and say, let's go find this for you?
Well,
because
some parents, we know, we've interviewed them right here on the show. Some parents don't support their kids if they are LGBTQ. So I'm okay with it. $500 for these big box stores. Who cares if it makes one child or many children more comfortable? I'm okay with it. What do you think?
I'm just going to speak from an auntie perspective that when it's time to buy a gift, especially when it comes to toys and stuff, I need to know this section is from 0 to 2 years old.
Oh, you like age.
I want to know all the specifics because when I go in, I know this is who I'm buying it for, and then I'm confused. Like there's so much going on. I just want to know. So if this helps me know.
That goes to my point. Make it easy for the consumer.
If it helps me know, do it.
Got it. Jeff, what do you think?
It's an overreach for me.
You think so?
I don't like it. Yeah, I'm so tired of the overcorrection. It's a toys. There's aisles worth of toys. My son was obsessed with mermaids, my 5-year-old, when he was 4. He'll find it and grab it, and that's cool. Take whatever you want. My other son is obsessed with balls, like most boys, right? They'll find it if they want it. You don't need to fine people for doing the right or wrong thing in your mind. Why isn't everything in Braille for blind kids? Do we have to specifically cater to every single individual out there? Otherwise, we start getting fined now?
But you're more accepting. You're a very accepting father.
But it doesn't matter. What's a gender-neutral toy? What does that even mean?
But I do think that some fathers won't even allow, unfortunately, their kids to go in those aisles.
But that doesn't,
breaks my heart.
Having a gender-neutral section doesn't help that father for accepting whether their son wants to play with the mermaid.
Maybe over time, I'm not even looking. I don't look at things.
I don't want to. We just whitewash society with this overcorrection, and if you don't get in line, now you're getting fined. It's ridiculous.
I hear you, but I also think that what we do today reflects our mentality in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So if we start doing gender neutral today, perhaps the stigma societally goes away.
What's gender neutral to you? What's a gender neutral toy?
To me, it's just not everything so coded. right? Because like I go into the Barbie aisle because Sophie's obsessed with princesses and Barbies, and everything you look in the aisle and it's like pink, sparkly dolls. And then I go into the boy aisle. It's just very much subliminally
But what percentage is that catering to? Maybe 95% that works for?
I
Yes,
think
but
it's
also,
catering. I think it's just creating a new norm.
but also look at how you love to dress. Look at your son who's kind of goth. Look how big Wednesday Addams is. It's not. They've realized a lot of girls aren't into that. A lot of boys aren't into that. And now Wednesday Addams is the 5th biggest show I think on Netflix. One of the top 10. I'll just say that. So I'm just saying they are noticing. You just heard Jeff say, I don't care if my son's into mermaids. Yes, there are a lot of parents that will never accept that, but Sammy, there's always some good going on in this world. There's a lot of dads that are like, whatever you want, I don't care.
No, he's
so
one of them.
don't forget one of them. Don't forget the good ones.
I don't.
I know you don't. I'm just saying, make you happier. You match your shirt.
Okay. All right, let's see. Should stores be required to have gender-neutral toy sections? 92% of you say no. 93%. There was one last tick. That was Jeff. 7% of you say yes.